So this is Henry Frederick of Headline Surfer, and we're here at the New Smyrna Beach Regional Library. And with us today is Deb Denny's and her dog Favor. And this is the Sunday Conversation.
Yes.
So,
hi, Henry.
Hello, Deb. So tell us about the, we're now in the second day of early voting.
Yes.
How was it on this Sunday? I know yesterday was pretty heavy.
Yesterday, it was actually full of energy here. It's about 1,400 people showed up. Today, the poll worker said he thought it was about 1,200. I don't know that there's that many, but there's definitely a level of excitement from everybody voting. I think it's a very, very good thing, very good process. Everybody's out here involved in the process of government, and it's exciting.
So before we go any further, I can't help but ask about the dog here.
My dog, Favor.
Favor. And tell us a little bit about Favor.
Favor's my my golden retriever. People may vote for him over me.
Hello, Favor. Come here. Come here.
He's got his campaign shirt on. There you go. There you go.
Favor. How are you, puppy? Come here.
Good boy. Come here.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, look at that. He even brings you the
bring his
leash. Wow, that's a well-trained
Good
dog.
job.
I
Yes.
guess you got a well-oiled machine
You
here.
have a well-oiled machine.
So, how has Favor been with the crowd?
Wonderful. He's a good dog. You know, and it's the animals are the universal language.
A lot of people seem
Right.
they warm right up to him, huh?
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. They want to pet him. Of course, he's very friendly. So, and he looks really great in this Deb Denny's shirt.
He does.
This is just
So, Favor, is this a dog day afternoon for you? Favor. I guess the tail indicates that. So tell us about your expectations for the remainder of early voting and, of course, the big day on November 6th.
Well, I think early voting is going to stay strong because the ballot's so long. Yesterday, we had people literally turn away because they couldn't find a parking spot, and they said they would come back Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, but it wasn't quite so busy. So the citizenry is really engaged. The amendments, they're asking questions. It's been a very good process. So I think we'll see a steady stream, not as busy as yesterday or today, but I think this weekend, Friday and Saturday, will probably be stronger again at the end. But it's just been wonderful.
So this has been a real campaign for you.
Yes.
Unlike some previous ones, this one seems to be very high profile, high powered. Almost an uphill battle for you. You had two Democrats in the primary, even though it's a nonpartisan race. You knocked off one of them, and of course your opponent got the best of you in the primary, Jim Hathaway. What can you do to overcome him, to take him over?
The best of me in a very low turnout. It's only
22%, right?
Yeah, 104 votes separated us. You know, we ran.
You in the winner.
Correct.
You in the first place finisher.
Correct. We executed just like we expected to. And this time going into the general election, we're running strong again. Our ground game is very strong. We've gone door to door, knocked on thousands of homes. Our ads are up on radio. Of course, our internet presence with nsbnews.net has been a tremendous advantage for the campaign this time around. We get a lot of visitors to our campaign site from that.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how people still remember us as nsbnews.net, even though we're going with the trademark Headline Surfer, but everybody still loves the NSB News part of it.
Well, that's kind of your brand, or that you're known for. But it's been a wonderful process. You know, we don't know what's going to happen at the end of the day, but I do know that we've done everything that we can. We still have boots in the ground, and we're still going door to door. We have teams in Port Orange actually today did 2 precincts. Some teams.
So your territory is the southern part of Port Orange. What is it, from Dunlawton South or something like that?
South, all of New Smyrna, Edgewater, Oak Hill, a couple precincts in Osteen, and actually a couple precincts in DeLand up by 92 in Kepler.
Has anyone gotten a handle on how many potential voters there are for District 3 in this election? Or?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure the numbers, I don't know exactly what they are, but we were shocked at how many absentees are out, because that's another thing, we've been following the absentees, you know, with our mayor, and making sure we contact every possible voter that's going to vote. So it's going to be a huge turnout.
It's probably why I got a lot of your stuff, because I guess I'm a super voter.
Yeah, you are a super voter.
So is that who you've targeted for early voting?
Absolutely.
Tell us about in the primary. the Republicans were very strong, and I know that Carl Persis, who's running for county chair, he's obviously a registered Democrat. He put out an email to his fellow Democrats saying, we got to get organized, guys. I want to win this thing.
Yeah.
And it looks like they are more organized now. 50% turnout by Democrats first day overall in the 5 county precincts. Does that concern you at all?
No, not at all, because statistically, if we want to speak philosophically speaking, Republicans tend to vote more absentee versus actually early voting. I mean, not that
more of the convenience and
yeah. So you know that you've got the crossover. You've got between absentee, early voting, and actual voting day at the polls. I think it's going to be a pretty good balance.
This must be pretty easy for you in Hathaway, though, in the fact that you only have one location to have to deal with during early voting.
Well, we still have representation in City Island and in DeLand because, of course, there's 2 precincts in DeLand. So I personally am focusing here, but we do have, my campaign has a presence at City Island and in DeLand.
But it seems like the voting out of district area of those territories is almost nil.
Correct.
What
So
do you
far.
have to do between now and November 6th to put yourself over the top?
Just keep doing what we're doing. We're pretty much on autopilot. Like I said, we have executed our strategy that we set out before the primary. So we're just making sure we're all self-funded, you know, not self-funded, but funded. Everything's paid for. So we're going to be here greeting voters and still going door to door and to be at as many events as possible.
Now, Hathaway seems to think that because he's been on the city commission for the last 18 years, I guess elected, you know, several times over, perhaps even without opposition, maybe a few times. I'm not sure about that, but it's been a while since you were on the school board. Do you feel like this will be something new for you, or do you feel like it's just like a chip off the old block?
I think it's just a continuation of doing what I do, not so much as an elected office, but involvement in the community.
Because that was wasn't that school board race even more of a high-profile race?
And that was countywide. I won countywide.
Right.
And then with you know, Governor Bush,
And it was partisan back then, right?
it was partisan and it was countywide. So no, I think this is just a continuation of who I am in the community, what I do day in and day. See, just because you're in an elected office doesn't mean that when you leave you have a footprint in the community.
Right. You have to still.
Absolutely.
So you have a lot of community activities that you've been involved in.
Yes.
Tell us the biggest one of them all.
In the community?
Yeah.
My footprint. You know the thing that I'm the
Is it the early vote? Is it the coalition thing there? What's it called?
Early Learning Coalition, chairing that was huge because we did so much countywide for families and children that needed services, taking them off the waiting list, cutting administration. But here in District 3, in New Smyrna, Edgewater, and Oak Hill, what I'm most proud of is the Crystal Apple Award from the Chamber of Commerce that I co-chaired with Deb Schmeltz, who's the incoming president of our local chamber. But 21 years ago, when we co-chaired the Education Council of the chamber, we instituted the Crystal Apple Award, and now multiple chambers around the county are using our same prototype.
So that's like a model for.
And it's such an honor, Henry. It's just that's my footprint. Is because it's when you live what you believe. You're in the community, and whether you're you know, running for an office or not, when you love your community, you try to make it better, and it's just an honor that it's been this long.
So
sustained.
let me ask you this: what would you say going into the November 6th? What would you want the voters, if they don't already know? What would be your top priority if elected to the Volusia County Council, District 3?
You know, it's so wonderful because today in the news I've been talking about aeronautics and aviation. That's the key. We know what the problems are. We know the millage is high. We know land values are down. But the answer to that is high-paying, high-tech jobs. We need to increase revenue, and the key to that is the aeronautics aviation industry.
But how do we get those jobs?
It was in the newspaper today. Frank DeBello from Space Florida is talking about a spaceport pad for commercial activity with Space Florida in the southeast part of our district, in District 3. That's what we work for. That's the key. We were right at the beginning.
We have a lot of out of work NASA.
Absolutely.
From down here in Southeast Volusia.
We have a workforce waiting to go. You're right. We have a ready and willing workforce. So I think it's exciting, and I will do everything in my power to help see that that goes through.
Well, with 9 days to go, perhaps we'll meet again for a victory speech on November 6th. For Deb Denny's in favor, this is Henry Frederick of Headline Surfer, headlinesurfer.com, and of course the old nsbnews.net and volusianews.net. Have a nice day.
And DebDenny's.com.
This has been the Sunday Conversation.